Don't waste your time with a large majority of the diets out there. Almost none of them is built on actual long-term success, and all of them are built on false promises and some misinformation. I say this with all the confidence in the world, having worked with hundreds of clients over the last 18 plus years who all have come to me having tried and failed at multiple diets that all gave them a bunch of lofty promises that the diet wasn't able to deliver on. And none of this is because these people were lazy, they weren't motivated, or any of that. They simply were following a diet with impossible standards that set them up to fail. And the key to them actually getting control over their health and ultimately losing weight was mastering the basics. So today we're going to be breaking down what you need to actually focus on so you can stop dieting for good and finally get control of your health and ultimately lose weight and keep it off. What's up, YouTube, and welcome to the channel that gives you a simple path to getting healthy and losing weight. My name is Coach Achidi, and I get your frustrations. I have dealt with so many people in the same position as you who have tried and failed at diet after diet after diet. And I would imagine the scenario goes like this. You've decided, you know what, I'm going to try to go carnivore or vegan, or I'm going to try to do 75 hard. Doesn't matter what it is. And you try it initially, and life can be kind of good these first few days. You're trying something new, but then something happens. You oversleep and now you can't prepare those meals, so now you're falling back to old eating habits. Or you have a party coming up and you're committed to your vegan lifestyle, but oh man, what am I gonna do? I guess the diet goes out the window. I'll start fresh on Monday. Whatever the speed bump is, that's all it takes to send you off your diet and you're gone for good. And now the cycle begins of starting something new, seeing a little bit of success, something interferes with the process, and now you're done. Instead of constantly going down this cycle of trying and failing, there's a much better way to get control over your health and ultimately lose weight. It really comes down to mastering the basics. And the problem many people have is not that they don't know what to do, and it's not that they are lazy, but it's simply because they're making it a lot harder than it needs to be. Losing weight and dieting is really not that hard to do. We all know the formula. You eat a little bit less, you move a little bit more, all that together creates a calorie deficit and you lose weight. And the more you fight to do these complicated diets, the longer this process of losing weight is going to take and the harder it's going to feel. And none of these big time diets is meant to sustain you for the long term. Yes, there might be a couple out there that come close to it, but they only work because they are pretty much the basics, just with a little bit of flavor to them. Let me ask you this. Would you rather continue down this cycle of following complicated diet after complicated diet that really gets you nowhere? Or would you rather just master 5 simple, basic habits that have stood the test of time and will guarantee you sustained weight loss? I'm pretty sure you're choosing the second option, so let's talk about what you need to start doing. So what does it take to get the best results in using the simplest habits? I'm gonna break down what's worked for my clients and people who've just followed my advice, and all of them have lost weight and kept it off for the long term. The first thing that these people do is they drink water to start the day. Before they have their coffee, before they eat anything, they simply drink water because it helps them get hydrated. And when you're hydrated, your brain functions better. When your brain functions better, you have less stress and you make better food choices. The second thing that they make sure to do, they walk. Not just in the morning, not just a little bit during the day, but throughout the day. They are totaling about an hour or more of walking during the day. They just basically create ways to get steps in that aren't necessarily tying them to a workout. The more time that they spend moving around, the more calories they burn, the more active they are, the better health they have and the more weight they lose. The third thing that they do is they start every meal with protein. They have at least a palm-sized serving of it on their plate weight, maybe a little bit more, and they eat their protein first. This is what helps them start to feel satisfied from their meal and prevents them from overeating on their carbs and other foods that don't quite make them feel satisfied but also contain large amounts of calories. The next thing that they also do with their meals, this is the fourth thing, is they plan them out. They might not be someone who meal preps everything or follows a strict daily protocol, but they at least know what they are going to eat before they eat it. This means they are thinking rather than feeling, because when you think, you do things intelligently that keeps you on a plan, but when you feel like you're going off your wants, and many times that's what sets you up to overeat, get unhealthy, and stay overweight. The last thing that they make sure to do is they strength train, whether it's with just their body weight, dumbbells, barbells, and some combination therein. They're hitting a weight training workout 2 to 4 times a week. Not a super long one, but just enough to stimulate their muscles to grow, and they only do it about 2 to 4 times a week. You master these steps, you're going to take control of your health, and you're going to ultimately lose weight. At the end of the day, extreme diet plans only succeed at burning you out and give you nothing in return. Routines, those are what build you up and lead you down the promised land of better health and ultimately weight loss. Remember, you don't need to suffer to succeed. Your body does not care how extreme the plan is. Your body only cares that you are consistent with it. Weight loss, let's be real here, is not about intensity. It's more about your identity. If you want to succeed at weight loss, you have to take on the identity of someone who does the small things that add up to big results. And yes, doing these daily habits doesn't mean you're going to lose all the weight in 1 week or even 2 weeks. It will take you time, but this way is a much more pain-free way of losing weight and keeping it off in the long term, and it allows you to live a real life. So here's all I want you to do. Pick 1, no more than 2 habits and start doing them first thing in the morning. And continue to do just those 2 habits until they become routine and easy. And only then will you add another 1 or 2 habits. Doing it in this slow manner will make it so that once you've added the 5th habit, everything will be easy and it will all feel like a regular routine, not something you have to think about and do super intentionally. And if you want more help than just what I told you in this video, join my inner circle where I am coaching my members on all it takes to lose weight and keep it off by creating a healthy lifestyle. If you want to get in, membership is currently free for a limited time, and the link to join is both in the video description and in my channel description. So drop a comment down below letting me know which of the habits you will start with, and I'll give you some support and help you on your journey. I appreciate you for sticking around to the end of the video. In just a moment, you're going to see a preview for another one from my channel that I promise you is going to set you up to get healthy, lose weight, and do it in a way that is simple enough to be done for the rest of your life. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day.